All right, I'm making a brief video about the hit pop song "Begging." I'm begging, and I like to listen to the car radio when I'm driving. And that song gets played on multiple stations a lot. It's sort of like the big hit song of the summer, even though it came out, I think, like 5 years ago. And I started thinking about why this song it gets stuck in the head really easily. It's an earworm. And it's not a typical just 1, 4, 5 music progression. It's not just the typical root tonic and then perfect fourth and perfect fifth, but it's something similar. So I looked up the song, and it's actually a cover of a song from the 1960s, and it was first sung by Frankie Valli of the Four Seasons. And there's been about 24 different music groups that have recorded the song and published it or whatever. My favorite version is actually the Turkish version, and it's actually a spoof, a parody version, because when they translate it into Turkish, they change the meaning of the lyrics are changed into a parody. And so they dress in a retro 60s style when they sing the song, and they just do it over the top. This Turkish version, it sounds like Sufi music. And so then I looked at the actual chord structure of the song, and turns out it is Phrygian. And Phrygian, I've done videos on Phrygian before, and that's the one Western scale mode it's what was used in Turkey in ancient times. It's like the West Asian blues music. And so the Phrygian mode is basically the minor equivalent of the major. So like if you're in the key of G major, the Phrygian would be E minor. So it's the same as G, but you start with the root tonic is on E, so it's a minor third below. So that makes it a minor third equivalent. And So what makes this interesting is that the song, it starts out on B minor, and then they sing the I'm begging. It's a minor third, and the minor third is the classic for in the blues scale. That's like the most emphasized interval. Next to say like the tritone. So the next chord is the sixth chord, but since it's a minor scale, the sixth chord is actually the major chord, and so then when you have the minor third against the major chord, it's actually a perfect fifth to the sixth interval. So it resolves that music interval, the tension of the begging. When you sing it again against the sixth chord, now it sounds resolved. And so the sixth chord is actually sounds like a basically like a 4 chord, or let's see, the B, in B minor, it would be, what would be the major of that? I think that would be G, E to G. So I think I guess it would be D major. So that would be like the 4 chord for D major. And so in a sense, the minor third is acting as the root tonic when they sing that I'm begging. It actually acts as a false resolution to a false root tonic. So then they go to the C sharp 7 chord, which would be that's a 2 chord in the key of B minor. But it would, in terms of D major, it would be the it would be a 5 chord. It's sort of like another 4 chord, essentially. It's like another 4 substitute, because it's the 4 chord of the G major that they just played. It's C sharp. Let me think here. But the effect is that it pulls. It's the 5 chord of the 5 chord. So yeah, it's a 5 of 5 as a 2 chord. It resolves then to the next chord is the F sharp 7. And they do that as a major chord. And so that's it doesn't have to be major, but that's what they use as a major chord, and that pulls it back to the B minor as the tonic again. So you just have those 4 chords: B minor, G major, C sharp minor 7, and then F major, F sharp major 7, and then back to B minor. So it's just those 4 chords over and over. So it's a real simple song in terms of the just four chord progressions, but the chord progression is a Phrygian scale progression, and it creates this series of 5 chords of 5 chords as a spiral circle of fifths, kind of like Pachelbel's canon. Pachelbel's canon, it's just a cycling of the fifths throughout the whole scale. And so when you're using the minor third singing interval as a blues interval, but you're inverting it as the secret tonic, is because of the Phrygian scale, it becomes the secret tonic as the then it creates this basically you have 2 different keys at the same time. What this is called an enharmonic. It's called the enharmonic mode. That's the term for it in music theory. I don't even think in music theory much anymore, because I studied it like 30 years ago, so it's a long time. Okay, so anyway, that's all I have to say about the song Begging. It's a great chord progression, because it's totally ambivalent, the enharmonic mode of the 2 different keys together with the minor third as the emphasized interval, the blues interval. And then you have the 2 7 chords, gives it more blues. It starts out with a 7 chord, so I think the Phrygian scale is like the secret Pythagorean music. So this is a success of the Pythagorean philosophy, that this song's a big hit. And if you listen to the Turkish version, I'll link it below, but it's more micromodal. The way he sings it, the intervals sort of range through that the minor third. It has glissando, he sort of spreads it out, so you get more of a natural tuning than just the equal tempered tuning. And okay, that's all I gotta say about the song Begging. Thanks.